Hello wedding wanderers, my name is Assumpta and welcome to Ave Creations TV, a home for busy professionals and entrepreneurs who want to plan a timeless, sophisticated and unforgettable wedding celebration. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are talking about 5 tips for the newly engaged. So if you happen to be one of the chosen few, and really I say that satirically, it's just that statistically people get engaged the most over Christmas and New Year's. So if you happen to be one of those people, then congratulations! Welcome to the club. It's an exciting time. I know, I remember. Actually it's almost 3 years. Is it 3 years since my husband proposed to me? Yes, almost 3 years at the end of this month. So he fell outside of that window, but it's a popular time between December up until February because of Valentine's Day for people to get engaged. So I thought that I would share 5 tips to help you in this new transition. So if you're part of that crew, then stick around to hear more. Number 1, get on the same page. By that I mean have a discussion and see what is most important to you about your wedding, the things that you love, the things that you absolutely hate, because that is also equally important. Make sure you have open lines of communication with your partner, husband, future wife, whoever, and just know what each of you want and compromise somewhere in the middle, so that when you then go to family and friends, if you are including family and friends in your planning process, you have a united front and you can then deal with other people's requests or suggestions together, and you both know that you are on the same page and singing from the same hymn sheet, so to speak. Number 2, choose a date. Now, when I say choose a date, I don't mean, I wouldn't recommend choosing a hard and fast date, because that might make it a bit more difficult to find a venue unless you're looking 2 years in advance. When you choose a date, sometimes your venue, the date may change based on the particular venue that you want. You might just fall in love with the venue and take any date that they have available. So what I would probably suggest is that you choose a month. Between the two of you, what's convenient, and then also maybe speak to your families and see what works for everybody, which months and which specific dates in those months, and then approach venues or start your venue search, and it will make your life a lot easier rather than just being open to anything, because if you're open to anything you can get every and anything, and that's not always a good thing. So try and narrow it down if you can. Another point to add when choosing a date: please note, wedding season does exist, and if you're choosing a date within the summer months, it's going to be more expensive, but also there are loads of other things to consider within choosing a date, which might need a whole video dedicated to itself. You let me know. Things like public holidays, school holidays, all sorts of things can affect your date choice, so make sure you're aware of them when choosing. Number 3, compose answers to frequently asked questions. I know, you are not a walking, talking website, therefore why do you need an FAQ? I say this to help you. You will be asked the same question over and over and over again, so it helps if maybe you jot a few things down, or even just think about it in your mind and retain the information, so that when people ask you these questions, you're not caught off guard. You'll be used to, how did they propose, he or she, because we're inclusive out here. How did they propose? When did they propose? These kind of questions you can answer off the top of your head, and you'll just get used to regurgitating the same story. Or if, like me, compose a message, copy and paste each time if you're messaged. But if you are asked questions such as, am I invited to your wedding? Do I get a +1? Is X family member invited? Do not answer those questions immediately. If you have not composed a guest list, if you don't know how many people you're inviting to your wedding, I would suggest you come up with some answers that you can respond to, so that you're not caught unawares and you don't end up saying yes to inviting someone that maybe later down the line you can't actually accommodate, and then you have to have a whole nother uncomfortable conversation, and that is not fun, trust me. So just ensure that you have some answers at the top of your head so that when people ask you these questions, you're good to go. Number 4, insure your ring. Insure your ring. I don't know how I can overstate that any more than I just have. Apart from the obvious, like there are obvious reasons for insuring your ring, there's also the unforeseen. You could, as I did one time when I was washing my hands in the bathroom, wash, and for some reason I took my ring off and dropped it down the sink. I think my heart stopped in those moments. Hi. So, quick outfit change. No, I'm kidding. It actually turns out that the footage I had recorded previously got corrupted, so I couldn't finish the rest of the video, or rather I couldn't continue with the editing. So I thought I would just add to the story or finish the story and give you the last 2 points. So as I was saying, insure your ring. I dropped mine down the sink and panicked because, you know, horror stories of it being flushed away. I stopped the water immediately, and luckily for me, I had seen a program that kind of where this had happened, so I had a vague idea of what to do. I didn't want to wait for a plumber, so I took the pipes apart myself and got my ring back. But the good thing was we had insurance, so even if something had happened, I would have been able to claim. Not everybody is that fortunate. I have a friend who lost her ring and she didn't have insurance, but thankfully her, well, now husband was able to purchase another one for her. But if she had had insurance, you wouldn't have had to pay out that huge sum of money or for another ring. I have another friend who lost her ring, and unfortunately they weren't able to purchase a new one, so she now has no engagement ring and just a wedding ring. And don't get me wrong, your relationship is more than a ring, but in case the worst does happen, it always helps to have some insurance. So don't be that person. Insure your ring just in case you're on holiday and it got stolen, or God knows, God forbid any of these things should happen, but that's what insurance is. So insure. Oh, I'm getting tongue-tied now. You know what I mean. Just make sure you insure your ring, okay? And finally, number 5, 5th tip, number 5, please hire a wedding planner. Okay, you don't actually have to hire a wedding planner. You could hire me if you want to. But at the very least, you need a coordinator for the day. I would say hire a wedding planner if you are short of time, or maybe don't even know how to bring your vision to life. Wedding planners can not only save you time, but help to limit your stresses. There are thousands, if you're talking globally, tens of thousands of wedding planners in the world. Probably at this point, hundreds of thousands. You should be able to find someone wherever you are in the world to suit your budget and your style, because that's important too, to help bring your vision to life. So as I said at the beginning, if you do not, or at the beginning of number 5, if you don't want to hire a wedding planner, just try and get a coordinator for the day, simply because you don't want to be the point of contact that day, or your friends and family. You want to be enjoying yourself on your big day. You don't want to look back and think about all the things that were going wrong and running around like a crazy person, or have people constantly, suppliers I mean, constantly coming to meet you to ask questions. You need, or it helps to have another point of contact. So I would highly recommend that you hire a wedding planner to navigate this journey with you. And I hope that those tips are really helpful and you found them useful. If you are new around here, please make sure you subscribe. Even if you're not new and you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you're kept up to date with whenever my face comes to YouTube again, which is actually every 2 weeks on a Wednesday, #Wedding Wednesday. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. And if you want to know some more information, then please look at the bottom of the bar and I will put the accompanying blog post for this video. The link is down there, so check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.